Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 55 of Europa Universalis IV as Venice or Italy, whichever we are now. We are at war with the Ottomans. It's actually my fault this time around. Most of the early wars that we had with the Ottomans were the Ottomans declaring war on me, but this time around I thought I'll declare war on them, because they do have a couple of coastal provinces in the Mediterranean in the name of Achia and Morea that I wanted to take as my own. Spain has left the military coalition against us. That is excellent. Excellent for us, not excellent for Spain, because we will be fighting them later on. That is part of the plan. Just trying to take as many of the forts from the Ottomans as we can right now. I don't want to take an awful lot from them. I already have a lot of aggressive expansion. My main point is, wow, let's just keep doing what we did and get our tradition back up. They will actually accept the current peace offer as is. Will they give us any money? How much money do they have? They have a lot of money, actually. I don't need the money, do I? I don't need the money, but I want it. That's what I'm going to say. We'll do as much damage to the Ottomans as possible. There's another fort that we have. They will give up sooner or later. I will say one thing. They have a lot of forts in a lot of annoying places. That makes it very, very difficult to move troops around. We'll keep doing these conversions. There's a couple more forts that are about to fall. There's one that's just gone there. We can now move in and go and siege that fort if we wanted to. The Ottomans have pretty much got no army at this point. Instead of taking all their money, could we do something else, though, like breaking them down into another country? We could get them to release loads of random nations here. Don't really see the point in doing it. They'd actually accept that now and they'd give me even more money. Let's go ahead and send that demand then. There we go. No longer at war with the Ottomans. Let's go and get all of our troops. Bring them all home-ish. So that gives us these two provinces here. We will go ahead and raise the autonomy on both of them just to stop any potential problems. We will go and core both of them as well. We've got another conversion we can do. So let's just have a quick look now. We can probably build some more buildings. Where could we build some cathedrals that we could get some money from? We can get one right there. We can get one there. Again, looking for any one that would give me +1 or higher. Or, yeah, plus 0.1. So there's a couple there. Quite a few, actually. Probably all we need. Oh, yeah, there's that one there. Any of these ones, these probably aren't worth an awful lot. And we did bump the autonomy up around all of these. So I think we will leave those alone. There's probably some forts and stuff that we need to upgrade, but I'm not really too bothered. Let's just get you guys home. Due to the religious conversion of Brescia, the Reformed Centre of Reformation in that province has disappeared. It's that one, isn't it? So we had a Centre of Reformation here, but that should still be there. I don't know why it's disappeared. Oh well. Austria does still have some reformed provinces. How can that have just... I don't understand how that has just changed religion, because it was reformed to begin with, and it should have the Centre of Reformation there. I'm truly confuddled by that. Where's the religious map mode gone? The religion of Brescia is being converted to Reformed by a nearby Centre of Reformation. But it always was Reformed. Confused. Maybe all of the Centres of Reformation have now gone. Interesting. Did the religious war ever fire? Yeah, it must have done. So the religious war did fire and I completely missed it. There's only 3 electors left now. Nassau, the Papal State, and Cologne. That is interesting. They all really hate us, of course. Be funny if we could become the Emperor. I don't think we're too bothered about that. The HRE is just getting torn apart now, really. And now that I've taken Barroy and given it to France, that's sort of cut Austria in half. Because this is Austrian... can't really read it because the... oh, is it the Austrian Low Countries. So that's cut Austria in half and given them a little bit of an exclave. What have we got here? The religion in Corfu changes to Catholic. Well, that's not good. So we are going to want to go to war with Spain. You guys aren't in a military coalition, so I could go ahead and just take some more stuff from Morocco. I don't need to. It's Spain and Portugal that we need more than anything. We have a religious uprising down here. We expected it to happen at some point. I forgot to put a leader with maneuver back on you guys, so you're actually gaining attrition. So let's go and do that. Let's go and convert Corfu back. We're still very good in terms of our religious unity, so that is fine. We should be okay. So, right, I need to move this 160 stack that I keep forgetting about. Just split these guys up. So, it's probably going to be Spain next. I really should look at the outlier more often there. It does tell me what's going on. So, have we lost any of our claims against Spain? No, we can't get any more claims against them. Spain are currently in an alliance with Portugal and Hamburg. We don't give two hoots about either of them. We do, of course, want to take some stuff from Portugal. We're wanting to give as much of this stuff here to Fazan as possible, including Ceuta and Fez. And we want to give these to Fazan as well. We also want to try and take some of this from Spain. So what I probably want to do is go into this and just mark these up as provinces of interest. Probably find that that France actually want these as well. I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised. Yes, France have also got them marked as well. What we're going to do is spend some favours and just increase our trust with them. Then that way they shouldn't. They shouldn't. I mean, they shouldn't break the alliance, but we're going to have to go to war with France at some point anyway, because they have provinces that we want to make up the coastline, so we can't avoid that for too long. We definitely want to take all of this stuff here, and now that we don't actually have Spain in a coalition against us, it's probably a good time. Haven't looked at the... oh, another dead general. Haven't looked at the coalition map mode for a while. Obviously Spain, Savoy, the Ottomans, it's mainly Spain. We could go to war with Savoy, but they don't really have anything that I want, so I'm kind of thinking there's no point. Let's move you up to there. You're the one that lost the general. No, you are not. Okay. Republican tradition is going back up quite nicely. You guys still have some attrition, so let's split you in half and start moving some of you back. Just split them back up into 20 stacks. What are we like in terms of our force limit? Wow, look at our force limit now. We can have another 56 troops. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some of these. Lose the stability or gain 3 inflation. Well, we'll gain the inflation. It's cheaper to buy down. So, inflation. Wrong tab. It should be that one. And let's go ahead and buy that down. Just need to buy it down the once. We do have a rebel faction up to 70%, which is the Hijazi separatists, currently annoyed because of Mecca. Let's go and put you in Mecca, actually. What's the problem with Mecca? Mecca is still the wrong religion. We can increase the autonomy there, actually. Get rid of that unrest almost completely. Wow, Greek separatism. Okay. Greece just gains a load of random cores. Okay. Does Greece even still exist? No, so who cares? High fervour, which... oh, we're actually making positive gain now because of positive stability. There we go. We could probably run that for a little while. Not all the time, but we'll just run it for a bit. Now then, do we want to get the diplomatic reputation? Probably yes. We'll take that before we get the next tech. Even though it means we are getting behind in tech a little bit, diplomatic reputation is always good. Just checking to see if we've got any unrest down here that we could potentially deal with. Can't boost that up anymore. We should be okay. That should get rid of most of the rebel factions. Yeah, they are ticking down now. We've still got the Yemeni separatists in Mokha, which is there. But that's the one where we can't actually bump the autonomy up anymore. Truce with Portugal has ended. Truce with Muscovy has ended, and all of their little buddies. Let's go and split you in half and put half of you down there. That might solve the problem. Have we converted Mecca itself yet? No, we haven't. We can't even convert Mecca, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's get rid of these Orthodox provinces then. Call to arms. Okay, send the missionary. What have we got here? France wants us to come to their aid in the French-British colonial war against Great Britain. So it's France versus Great Britain. Great Britain is allied with Bohemia, Lubeck, and a load of other people. We will accept. Again, it's going to be one of those wars that we don't really get involved in. Let's just go back into the religious tab and turn off the stability now, because we're at war, so we're losing a little bit there. We'll keep going with these conversions. We've got plenty of units up and around this area. We will send a couple back into Italy proper. I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about fighting against most of these armies. Truce with Austria has now ended. I very much doubt Austria is going to turn against me at this point. So, we need to take all of these islands. We need to take currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 provinces from France, which will probably be one of the last things we do. And another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll say Cadiz as well. 7, 8, 9, 10 provinces from Spain and 1 from Portugal. It should be easy enough, I hope. I don't want to really make too much of a start of it now. I've only got 10 minutes left of this video, and this is the last video of the week. And one thing that I hate doing is starting a war and then having a week where I'm not playing the game and I kind of forget what I was doing. So we're not going to start any wars until the next video. So unfortunately, the rest of this video is just going to be me sort of getting into position, which definitely means that I should move some units over here, mostly because I want to get out onto these islands and take them at some point. So we also probably want to get a stack down here so that we can cut through Naples and go and take Messina and Palermo. So that should be fine. We've also got the heavies still here. I'd forgotten about those back from the war that we were having against the Ottomans. We can go and part those guys up now. Where do I have my transport fleet? You are docked up in Epirus. That is fine. We'll go and put you in Dalmatia. You're normally there. I know where you are. What more stuff can we get here? What about trade depots? We can get some decent money out of some of these if we put them in the right places. Let's make sure we've got them wherever we can get them. Oh, that one's worth an awful lot. Keep letting this money sort of accumulate and keep forgetting to get buildings. But some of them are actually worth a decent amount of income, so they're definitely worth putting down. Let's have a look down here. Yep, some of these are really good. 2.6. The value of a lot of these provinces increased drastically once we reduced the local autonomy, so that is quite nice. Got one down there we could do as well. There's another conversion done. Nearly done all the conversions that we can. What else can we have? Other buildings. We can have ourselves any more workshops anywhere that we could get some decent production improvements. Another advisor has died. We'll sort that out in a second. Yeah, nothing in production is really going to help. We could go and get some manufacturers, but they rarely pay for themselves these days. That was our military advisor. Let's go ahead and get the discipline guy. He'll say we'll keep the rank 3s. We might still get another free stability at some point. Humiliated the Ottomans. Good to have that extra power projection there. Because we still only have the 411. Not doing too bad. Where is our tech? Let's have a quick look at that. So we're ahead of time on admin. We're ahead of time on military. We are a little bit behind on Diplo, but we are working on a Diplo group. We are Diplo focused, though. And we're fairly evenly spread across the board as far as our power projection goes. Why does this... Oh, yeah, we are in... I was going to say, why does this say we're at war with Bohemia? That's because we're at war with Bohemia. Who is involved in this actual war? So, it's France. Wow, look at that. I feel sorry for Great Britain here. This is literally France and Italy. I mean, look at the size of Italy. France, Italy, Fazant and Hungary against Great Britain and Bohemia. I'm not sure why Bohemia are involved in this. I guess I could go up and help with that. But do I really want to waste my manpower? Bohemia's pretty much sieged out already. Bohemia has actually pieced out from France now. Bohemia in 2 wars? Bohemia are in another war with the Palatinate, which looks like a war they started, but the Palatinate's winning. So that is interesting. Like I said, I could still go for Savoy, but I really don't see much of a point in doing that. Rebel factions, there's only the sheer zealots, they're at 0%. So we don't have to worry about those too much. I think things are going quite well. 317 ducats for free. Now, what about if we went and built ourselves some... we could increase our naval force limit. We could go ahead and get some docks. Training fields would give us some better manpower. What about if we just go get some regimental camps? Is there anywhere we could get a decent amount of manpower? I mean, we have built buildings in most of the provinces where we can get any sort of manpower. Current guy has died, so again, we'll go with the 411. Looks like any province we take would only give us 133 manpower. We could, of course, just grab some here. I mean, you grab 10 of them and you've got 1,800 manpower. It's not like we're going to do an awful lot else with most of these provinces down here. So let's just go and throw a few of these down. Spend some of our money and turn it into additional manpower. Not that we really need it. Current manpower cap is 180k. It'll probably be up to about 184 by the time all of those buildings finish. Current force limit is 256. We are still below that, but we've got 240,000 men. We must have one of the largest armies in the world here. They're in the wrong order. Yep, Italy's got the largest army, and we've got nearly double the second largest, which is the Commonwealth. We've got more than the Commonwealth and Sweden put together. In fact... we're not terrible. I mean, what would that be? Where is Austria? So basically that'd be 230,000 and another 80,000. We could easily field as many troops as the Commonwealth, Austria and France put together. Even Spain only have 57,000 troops, so going to war with Spain is going to be nice and easy. Austria shouldn't have their relationship back with France, and indeed they do not, which is really good. France is still allied with the Commonwealth. Austria is still allied with the Commonwealth. We don't really need to go to war with Austria again. They are my rival, so maybe we do want to go to war with them again at some point. Hostile relations has a core... rogue nation, declared war on an enemy. They desire Gauls, of course, because it's their... I mean, we could go to war with them again and get them to revoke their core, and then get friendly with them later on, but I really don't see any point. I just wanted that one province, because it was that was stopping all of this from becoming Italy. So because it's all Italy, though it's no distant overseas, there is actually a map mode for it, which I think is the geographical map mode. Overseas provinces. So some of these provinces do count as being overseas because of the distance. So you will find some provinces that just don't count because they are literally too far away, and they will be counted as distant overseas. But anything that has a direct connection, generally now, within that green area, is going to have 0% base autonomy, which is really, really nice. That's what we're aiming for. The Ottomans are getting swallowed up. Trading in slaves happened to us. Global tariffs plus 10%. Well, at least we've got more money coming in. Looks like France are getting work done here. Of course, France have got the problem where it's always difficult to try and piece out England. They've got Savoy down here, who are slowly taking... This is weird. They've just taken Essex, they've flipped it over to France, and as soon as they move out, London's going to take it back. So, you know, good job being there, Savoy, but you're not really going to help much. And unless France can land a decent-sized army over there, then they're in a little bit of trouble. Okay, so what else have we got going on before we wrap this video up? We've got some claims. We need to make sure that we keep all of our claims on Spain. There are currently no other provinces that we can claim on. We were sucking up to Naples, and in fact we are sucked up to them as much as we can. Now, we can't annex them while we are at war. Well, at least we can't annex them when they are at war. So once we get out of this war, we should be able to start annexing Naples, which will be really nice. And remember, you can start to annex and then go to war, so we will consider that. Doesn't look like there's a huge deal of conversions that we can do here. Mecca's going to take a while. What is stopping the conversion at Mecca? Because it's building a regimental camp, but it's Sunni, non-accepted culture, development. It's the religious centre that's being the problem there. Total missionary strength in the province is minus 1.7. We probably could boost that up. I thought there was something we had that increased missionary strength. We can certainly get a advisor that does that. Is it the diplomatic guy? No, it's a admin guy. We'll have to see if we can get one. I think it's the Inquisitor. If we can get an Inquisitor with +2 conversion or +2 missionary strength, then we'd actually be able to convert Mecca, which would be really useful. England are already down to low enthusiasm. Let's just go and start spreading some of these guys out a little bit more. I'm keeping some of them around the border. We do have a truce with the Ottomans. And to be fair, we've given the Ottomans such a good kicking. I'm surprised that they're not at war with anybody else. I'm surprised somebody hasn't declared on them right away, because we literally stat wiped all of their armies. So, do we want to take these, or do we want to take... do we want to wait for tech? Diplomatic relations would be nice to get. Although I don't even think we are at max anyway. We are currently using... well, we are at 4 of 4. But having another one could be useful. We will, of course, get one back once we manage to annex Naples. And the final one is vassal force limit contribution, which doesn't make a huge deal of difference because we only have like one vassal. I don't know whether it... I don't know if it works on marches. I think it's just vassals. So whatever our force limit contribution is from our only vassal, Naples, which is going to go away. So that's not really useful. Unjustified demands is good because it means you can take more in a peace deal. Compared to whatever technology, that would give us grand shipyards. It would give us better ships, though. It would give us better ships. I think we will go for the tech first in this case. The tech is probably slightly better than the additional diplomatic relation and the envoy travel time. Once we've got influence ideas finished, I don't really know what we're going to go for. I don't even know what policies I've got. I haven't looked for ages. I've got one policy that's been turned on forever that I've completely even forgotten about. What is that? Goods produced modifier. Well, that's good. What else do we have? The yearly prestige and idea cost. Could have been running that to reduce the idea cost. Reduced land attrition and increased army morale speed. Land leaders shock. Trade steering and caravan power. We're doing quite well on military, actually. Let's go ahead and do that, in fact. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that just before the month ends. So let's just have a quick look what we've got coming in terms of our money. Our income's 81 ducats. Our trade is 131. If we go ahead and enact that policy, trade steering and caravan power, let's go ahead and do that. So we're on 81 and 131. Let's tick over 135. 85, so it has increased it by a little bit. Got more conversions we can do. This is the last conversion that we are going to be able to do. But that is well over the 20-minute mark, so I'm going to end the video there, getting a bit of a sore back as well. But at least when we come back next week, hopefully if Mare Nostrum hasn't been released by then we will probably go to war with Spain. Try and take as much of the Spanish cause as we need. And then hopefully all we'll have to really do is go to war with France. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4 as Venice, Italy. And I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.